Hey guys, welcome back to Mountaintop Living. As you can see, I've been a little busy cutting up some of this red oak, trying to get started for the 2 seasons ahead. Actually, I'm already good for this coming season. My woodshed's pretty good, so I'm happy about that. This is mud season, guys, and we had a really lousy winter. Not a lot of snow. I think that's the case in most places, but you know, we're going to try to take advantage of the warmer weather. It's earlier this year, so I'm not ready to take the snowblower off yet, but it was a reminder of just because it's mud season doesn't mean it's not a good opportunity. And those opportunities, sometimes you just stumble across them. So in my case, we want to put a fence in, and you can't just start putting posts in up here. So we laid out the perimeter, and we realized there's some trees that have to come down so that if they do fall or come down, they're not taking out our new fence. So took one of those down this morning, and it was a standing dead ash, so it had to come down anyways. And as you know, if you've watched any of my other videos, there's a link up here. You'll see that I've been clearing trees off the land, including the red oak that's behind me that came directly opposite me over here. So if you watch the video where I dragged this oak up, you'll see that this is on Crusher Run. The Crusher Run did stick to the bark just a little bit, and I was hoping that with all the rain we had over the winter, it would wash it off, and it did a pretty good job. I sharpened the chain before I got started, and still running pretty good, but it's a tank of gas, and I usually run in a tank of gas and then let it rest for a little bit and usually touch it up. So in any case, I'll show you what I got here. So that's a pretty good amount. These are all, I measured the butt end of it, and one of them was about 23 across, but it was only like 18 in the other direction. But either way, they're heavy. They're like, even though that's been cut for probably 9 months, there's still a lot of water in there. So I'm glad I got it here. It can start to dry before I actually split them. And then they'll sit for at least another year before you can use those. And then I had some these ones right here on the end. They're maple, and that's another piece of oak. And you know, you look at these trees and you think they're great, and then you get inside them and you can see some of them are just plain old hollow. But that's the way it goes. They're dead, they're coming down. So I'm going to take you over to where we're putting the fence in. I'll show you what I'm talking about. Pretty sure I'm going to have to get somebody in here to at least take one of the limbs down. I'm a little hesitant on the way it's leaning. It's not a big tree, it's not a big branch, but I think that Angie might have a problem if I hit the house. All right, so as we come out the door here, we're gonna put a fence across the yard here, just straight over here towards that rock, and we're gonna stop, and we're gonna run it down this length here, and I'll show you the ash I took down. It wasn't necessarily leaning in this direction, but it was definitely going to cause a problem if I ever did have to take it down, and it was totally dead. So there it is. It's a pretty good one too. I got a lot of firewood out of that guy. Pretty happy with my cut there. Noticed that the backside was a little bit angled. You know, I'm just a DIYer, but I try to be as careful as I can. I threw one of those orange wedges in here. You'll see I pounded it in, and it needed a little saw work still, so, but it landed into the woods, which is what I wanted. All right, you see this cherry? It's leaning. Well, that's gonna go right towards the house. So I'm gonna have to figure something out. If you guys have any recommendations on how to take or even get a line up top there so I can make sure it doesn't go that way, let me know. Drop me a comment. gosh, the wind's picking up. Hopefully it's not too bad on the video. So, so like I said, opportunities arise. All right, so like I said, opportunities arise, and one of the things that came to my mind was, you know, I ought to check the hours that are on my tractor. And I figure, even if I can't do the services right now, it gives me an opportunity when it is raining or miserable outside to get my list together. I can go to whatever dealership or parts store that I need, and that way it's just here, right, ready for me. So that's what I'm doing right now, checking my hours, and then we'll check the owner's manual and we'll see whether this machine needs anything or not. All right, so there it is, 95 hours, 95.3 hours. So we're gonna go to page 7. Page 7 tells you your periodic services. Your daily checklist, 50 hours, which we've done. Now we're getting close to the 100 hours, so we're going to take a look to see what that needs. I'm checking to see what the oil change interval is. I'm a little surprised that it's spaced out as far as it is. I may be doing one of those on my own anyways. So there it is, guys. Here's the mud in your eye. Take these opportunities. Make sure that you have everything you need to service your equipment. Instead of sitting around watching a bunch of YouTube, make yourself useful. Until next time, be a good human.